Have you ever wondered what makes a bass stock truly iconic? Well, let's face it, it's more than just a pretty face. It's about history, innovation, and sometimes pure rebellion. In this video, we're counting down the top 5 headstocks that have left a mark on the world of bass. Get ready to discover the stories behind these unmistakable designs. 1. Fender Precision Bass. The history of the Fender Precision Bass headstock is a story of evolution, reflecting the changes in Fender's production and design philosophies over the years. There was first the original precision bass introduced in '51, which was essentially the counterpart of the Telecaster electric guitar. To save costs and streamline the production, it shared several design elements with the Telecaster, including the headstock shape. This early P-bass headstock was long, narrow, had 4 tuning machines in a line. 57. This year marked a significant redesign for the precision bass. The body was given the more comfortable contours of a Stratocaster, which had been introduced in '54. To complete the aesthetics, the headstock was also redesigned to match the iconic shape of the Stratocaster. This wider, more asymmetrical headstock became the standard for the P-bass and design we recognize today. This change was also part of a larger update that also included the now famous split coil pickup. Over decades, there has been minor cosmetic changes to the headstock, such as different logos, spaghetti versus precision versus CBS, and the addition of a string tree, but the fundamental shape from '57 has remained. The story of the P-bass headstock is a clear example of Fender's design continuity and how models influenced each other. The original Telecaster style headstock was a sign of practical no-frills origins, while the switch on the Stratocaster style headstock solidified its place as a cornerstone of the Fender lineup and an icon of its own right. Let's check it out. The Fender Jazz Bass, the story behind the headstock is tied to a design heritage as a deluxe instrument. Unlike the original precision bass, which shared its headstock with the Telecaster, the Jazz Bass was introduced in the 1960s as the deluxe model, and it took its design cues from the Fender Jazzmaster guitar. Inspired by Jazzmaster, the Jazz Bass, along with its offset body and sculpted edges, was specifically designed to be a bass counterpart to the Jazzmaster, which was Fender's top-of-the-line guitar at that time. This gave it a more sophisticated modern aesthetic than the workhorse precision. The name Jazz Bass was chosen because Fender believed that the instrument's new features, including a narrower and more rounded neck and its versatile dual pickup configuration, would appeal more to jazz musicians transitioning from the upright bass. The headstock design was a part of this new streamlined look. While the precision bass went through a major headstock redesign in '57 to match the Stratocaster, the Jazz Bass headstock has remained largely unchanged since its debut in '60s. The design was a deliberate choice from the start to establish a new distinct identity for the instrument and align it with Fender's more offset family of guitars. Let's check it out. The Music Man Stingray's headstock is a key part of the innovative design which continued the legacy of Fender, while also striking out a new direction. The most striking feature of the Stingray's headstock is the 3+1 tuning machine configuration, with 3 tuners on top and 1 on the bottom. It was a deliberate design choice by its creators. The 3+1 setup was conceived to create a better balance in string tension, thereby improving tuning stability. By not placing all 4 tuners in a single line, the tension on the neck was more evenly distributed, making the instrument more stable and reliable. The Stingray bass was introduced in '67 and was one of the last major designs Lee Fender was involved in, along with his partners Forrest White and Tom Walker. The Stingray was intended to be a modern update of his earlier precision and jazz bass models, and the 3-in-1 configuration was one of the clear visuals that immediately set the Stingray apart from its predecessors. The design was also functional. It made it easier for players to tune the E string, the thickest string, with their hand. The headstock of the Music Man Stingray is not just a random design, it's a thoughtful, practical design to contribute to a superior playability and stability, which the bass guitar is known for today. There we go. The Rickenbacker 4001-4003. The story behind that headstock is linked to its brand's unique, futuristic and almost Art Deco aesthetic. In contrast to the pure functionality of Fender, the Rickenbacker's headstock was primarily an expression of style and craftsmanship. The iconic headstock of the Rickenbacker 4001 is often described as a crested wave or billowing top. It's instantly recognizable pointed design that perfectly matches the sharp lines of the bass body. While most bass manufacturers used functional and sometimes generic design, Rickenbacker created a headstock that was immediately identifiable with the brand. It was a conscious choice to set itself apart from the competition. The headstock design isn't a standalone element, but integral part of the Rickenbacker's overall aesthetic. The pointed, elegant shape of the headstock mirrors the horns and the body shape of the bass, giving it the entire instrument a more harmonious and streamlined appearance. Unlike the 3-to-1 configuration of the Stingray, which was specifically designed for better balance, the shape of the Rickenbacker headstock was primarily an aesthetic choice. The design was all about the visual impact, making the Rickenbacker favorite among artists who thought for a unique sound, a unique look, particularly in the progressive and psychedelic rock scenes of the 60s and 70s. Unfortunately, I don't own a Rickenbacker, but I do got something close, and that's the Rocking Better. 5. The Ibanez SR Sound Gear series. The story behind that headstock is less about a single historic moment, but more about consistent design philosophies centered around ergonomics and performance. Unlike the classic bases that evolved from guitar designs, the SR headstock was engineered from the ground up to be a part of a high-performance instrument. The Ibanez SR headstock is defined by a small, sleek and pointed shape. The design wasn't just there for looks, it was a critical part of the bass' overall functional goal, the weight. The compact size and lightweight tuners contribute to reducing the overall weight of the bass. This is a key element of the Sound Gear series, which is known for its exceptional light and comfortable playing. By keeping the headstock small and light, Ibanez effectively eliminated a neck dive, a common issue where a heavy headstock causes the neck to feel unbalanced and dip towards the floor. The SR bass feels perfectly balanced on a strap, which is crucial for fast technical playing. The sharp, pointed shape of the headstock is a deliberate stylistic choice that perfectly complements the sleek carved body and fast neck of the SR series. It helps define Ibanez's identity in the modern music scene, particularly in genres like metal fusion and progressive rock. In essence, the Ibanez SR headstock isn't a throwback or tribute to a classic design. It's a practical, purpose-built component of a bass design for demands of the modern player, where comfort, speed, balance are just as important as tone. Well, that's it for this episode. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. I'd like to thank you for watching, and until next time, see you. Bye bye.